Las Vegas is known for its bright lights and big wins, the city that never sleeps, where fortunes are made and lost in the blink of an eye. It's a place where dreams come true and sometimes where they shatter. The Las Vegas Strip, with its dazzling lights and endless entertainment, is a symbol of hope and ambition. But beyond the glitz and glamour, there's a different kind of drama unfolding. But on the court, a different story unfolded. The arena, usually filled with the roar of fans and the thrill of competition, was now a stage for heartbreak. The empty court echoed with the silence of defeat, a stark contrast to the usual energy and excitement. A'ja Wilson, the reigning queen of the WNBA, left the court defeated. Her face, usually lit with determination and confidence, was now shadowed with disappointment. The weight of the loss was evident in her every step, a queen dethroned in the most public of arenas. Her Las Vegas Aces, a team destined for greatness, fell short. They had been the favorites, the team everyone expected to see holding the trophy. But now, they huddled together, trying to find solace in each other, their dreams of victory slipping through their fingers. The New York Liberty snatched the Commissioner's Cup. Their celebration was a stark contrast to the Aces' despair. The Liberty players, with smiles and cheers, held the trophy high, a symbol of their hard-fought victory. They had played with heart and determination, and now they reaped the rewards. But this was no ordinary loss. The scoreboard told a story of defeat, but the emotions ran deeper. Fans in the stands, who had come with high hopes, now looked on in disbelief and sorrow. The loss was a heavy blow, not just to the team, but to everyone who believed in them. The sting of defeat ran deeper. A'ja Wilson, sitting on the bench, her face a mask of distress, embodied the pain of the loss. Her solemn expression spoke volumes, a silent testament to the heartbreak of falling short. Wilson, in a post-game interview, dropped a bombshell. Her voice, usually strong and confident, now wavered with emotion. She spoke of the game, of the loss, but then she said something that shocked everyone. She accused the WNBA of favoring the Liberty. Her words were passionate, filled with frustration and anger. She claimed that the officiating had been biased, that her team had been robbed of a fair chance to compete. The accusation was serious, and it sent shockwaves through the basketball community. Biased officiating, she claimed, robbed her team of a fair shot at the title. The referee's calls, she argued, had been unfairly tilted in favor of the Liberty. The players' reactions on the court, their frustration and disbelief, seemed to support her claims. The basketball world went silent. The accusations were heavy, and the implications were profound. An empty court, now under a spotlight, symbolized the scrutiny the league was about to face. Fans, shocked and confused, began to question the integrity of the game they loved. Did the league really orchestrate a championship? The question hung in the air, heavy and unsettling. The Commissioner's Cup, once a symbol of achievement, now seemed tainted. The empty arena, with its dramatic lighting, added to the sense of unease. Could they be so blatant? The idea that the league could manipulate the outcome of a game was almost unthinkable. Yet the frustration on the players' faces, the questionable calls by the referees, all seemed to point to a disturbing possibility. Whispers turned into roars on social media. Fans and analysts alike took to their phones, sharing their thoughts and suspicions. Tweets and posts flooded the internet, each one adding fuel to the fire. The conversation was no longer confined to the arena, it had gone global. The WNBA found itself in the eye of a storm. The league's headquarters, once a place of authority and respect, now seemed like the center of controversy. The stormy sky over the city mirrored the turmoil within the organization, a storm fueled by accusations of corruption. The gavel hitting the sound block symbolized the judgment that was coming. Protesters, holding signs demanding fairness and transparency, gathered outside, their voices adding to the growing unrest. Accusations that threatened to tarnish the league's integrity. The basketball, once a symbol of pure competition, now seemed shrouded in controversy. The WNBA logo, usually a mark of pride, now carried a serious, almost somber tone. This was not just about a game, this was about respect, about fairness. The action on the court, the passion of the fans, all pointed to something deeper. This was about the very principles that the sport was built on, about the very soul of competition. The basketball hoop, the net, the intense moments of the game, all symbolized the essence of sports. It was about striving for excellence, about competing with honor and integrity. The WNBA had a lot to answer for. The press conference, the official statements, all indicated that the league was now under intense scrutiny. The world was watching, waiting for answers, demanding the truth. The integrity of the game was at stake, and the WNBA had to respond. The city of Las Vegas, known for its resilience, echoed Wilson's outrage. Fans, still reeling from the loss, took to the streets. Their anger was palpable. Their message was clear. They stood with Wilson. They demanded answers. Social media became a battleground. Fans, analysts, and former players engaged in heated debates. Hashtags like #JusticeForAja and #RiggedGame trended nationwide. The controversy dominated sports headlines. The WNBA, once celebrated for its competitive spirit, faced accusations of corruption. This wasn't just about a game, this was about a legacy. Wilson, a beacon of excellence, had thrown down the gauntlet. The league had no choice but to respond. To understand the gravity of the situation, one must understand A'ja Wilson. She is not just a player, she is a phenomenon. Her presence on the court is electrifying, and her dedication to the game is unparalleled. This is a woman who embodies greatness. From her early days, she showed promise, but it was in the 2025 season that she truly shined. Her 2025 season was nothing short of legendary. She played with a fire and passion that was evident in every game. She was a scoring machine. Game after game, she delivered performances that left fans and critics in awe. She broke records like they were mere toys: points, rebounds, assists. She dominated every aspect of the game. Her dominance on the court was undeniable. Defenders struggled to keep up with her, and she made it look effortless. The MVP award was hers to lose. With every game, she solidified her status as the best player in the league. She led the Aces to the Commissioner's Cup championship. Her leadership on and off the court was instrumental in their success. She was the heart and soul of her team. Her teammates looked up to her, and she never let them down. They were a force to be reckoned with. Their chemistry was undeniable. Their talent was unmatched. Together, they played like a well-oiled machine, each player knowing their role and executing it to perfection. They were poised to etch their names in WNBA history. The anticipation was palpable, and fans knew they were witnessing something special. And then, the championship game happened. It was the culmination of a season of hard work, determination, and sheer willpower. The Aces, led by A'ja Wilson, were ready to make history. The New York Liberty, a team with its own championship aspirations, came to play. The energy in the arena was electric. The game was a back-and-forth affair. Both teams fought tooth and nail for every possession. But something felt off. The referees seemed to make questionable calls that consistently favored the Liberty. The Aces, despite their best efforts, couldn't overcome the discrepancy. The Liberty emerged victorious. Questionable calls plagued the game. The game was marred by a series of contentious calls. From the opening tip-off, it was clear that the officiating would be a major talking point. Fans and players alike were left scratching their heads at some of the decisions made on the court, calls that left fans and analysts baffled. The inconsistency in the referees' decisions was glaring, and it seemed to affect the flow and outcome of the game significantly. Analysts on social media and sports networks couldn't stop discussing the bizarre nature of the calls. In the third quarter, with the Aces leading by a slim margin, Wilson drove to the basket. She was clearly fouled. The contact was evident to everyone in the arena and those watching at home. It was a pivotal moment in the game. But the referees swallowed their whistles. The no call left the Aces bench and fans in disbelief. It was a crucial moment that could have shifted the momentum in favor of the Aces. The Liberty went on to score on the other end. This sequence of events highlighted the impact of the missed call. Instead of potentially extending their lead, the Aces found themselves on the back foot. Later in the fourth quarter, with the game on the line, the Liberty's star player appeared to travel before hitting a game-winning shot. The crowd erupted, but not in celebration. Instead, there was a mix of shock and frustration. Again, the referees remained silent. The lack of a call on such a critical play left many questioning the integrity of the officiating. Players and coaches were visibly upset, and the fans' reactions ranged from boos to stunned silence. These were just two examples of a pattern of questionable officiating that plagued the entire game. Throughout the match, there were numerous instances where calls, or the lack thereof, seemed to unfairly influence the outcome. The consistency and fairness of the officiating were called into question, casting a shadow over what should have been an exciting and competitive game. The controversy surrounding the referees' decisions will likely be a topic of discussion for days to come. A league on trial. Wilson's accusations sent shockwaves through the WNBA. Could a league with such a storied history be guilty of such blatant favoritism? The integrity of the game was at stake. Fans demanded answers. Sponsors expressed concern. The WNBA found itself at a crossroads. The league launched an investigation into the officiating of the game, but many felt it was too little, too late. The damage was done. Trust had been broken. The future of the WNBA. The controversy surrounding the Commissioner's Cup Championship had far-reaching implications. It cast a shadow over what had been a remarkable season for the WNBA. Attendance, which had been steadily increasing in recent years, threatened to decline. Sponsors, wary of being associated with a tarnished brand, began to distance themselves from the league. The WNBA, once a beacon of hope and progress, found itself battling for its very survival. A call for transparency. In the wake of the controversy, a chorus of voices called for change. They demanded transparency from the league. They demanded accountability from the referees. They demanded a level playing field for all teams. This wasn't just about a single game, it was about the future of the WNBA. It was about ensuring that what happened in the Commissioner's Cup Championship would never happen again. The fight for fairness continues. The controversy surrounding the 2025 Commissioner's Cup Championship will forever be etched in WNBA history. It served as a stark reminder that even in a league built on the principles of equality and fairness, corruption can still rear its ugly head. But it also ignited a firestorm of activism. It forced the league to confront its demons. The fight for fairness, for integrity, for the very soul of the WNBA continues.